In this video, we're going to be having a look at expanding brackets. More specifically, expanding single brackets, expanding double brackets, and for the higher tier students, expanding triple brackets. The sheet used in this video can be accessed via clicking the link in the description to find a free downloadable PDF. If you're new to the website, simply create an account to get started. So, expanding brackets. So when doing expanding brackets, we either use the grid method, the arrow method, or the grid method twice. And the grid method twice is for expanding triple brackets. So let's have a look at expanding single brackets first. We've got 2 multiplied by 3x plus 5. So we're going to use the arrow method in this question. We're going to draw an arrow from the outside term to all of the terms inside of the brackets. So 2 multiplied by 3x, this gives me 6x. And then 2 multiplied by 5 gives me 10. And it's positive 10. So the answer is 6x plus 10. Question 2, we've got the same sort of question. We've got a term outside multiplied by then 2 terms inside. So 5x multiplied by 4x gives me 20x squared. So 5 times 4 is 20, and then x times x is x squared. And then 5x multiplied by 2. So 5 times 2 is 10, and then stick the x back on. So our answer is 20x squared plus 10x. For question 3, we've got expanding double brackets. So this is where we're going to use the grid method. So we're going to draw a grid with the multiplication sign in the top left, and then we're going to have 3 columns and 3 rows. We're going to split the terms up in this first bracket. We've got x as the first term and then plus 5, and then we've got 3x plus 6 for the second bracket, and we're going to put those down the side. So 3x plus 6. Then our aim is to fill in these central boxes here. So 3x multiplied by x is 3x squared. 3x times 5 is 15x. 6 times x is 6x. And then 6 times 5 is 30. Next, we need to write all of these newly found terms out in a line. So 3x squared plus 6x plus 15x plus 30. The next step is to collect like terms. So collecting like terms means that we add or subtract terms that have the same endings. So to start, we've got 3x squared. This is the only x squared term in the line, so we're going to cross this off. We've got 6x plus 15x, so these both ending x's. So that means we add these together, so 6 plus 15 is 21x. And then finally we've got this plus 30 on the end. So the final answer is 3x squared plus 21x plus 30. Question 4, if a football pitch has a length of 6x plus 2 centimeters and a width of 3x plus 1 centimeters, we need to write down an expression for the area of the pitch. So the area of a rectangle, in this case a football pitch, is equal to the length times the width. So the length is 9x plus 2 multiplied by 3x plus 1. So you've got a double bracket here that we're multiplying together, so we're going to use the grid method. So we draw a grid with the multiplication sign in the top left, 3 rows and 3 columns. We're going to split the terms up in the first bracket and put these along the top. So 9x plus 2 and then 3x plus 1. So 9x times 3x is 27x squared. 3x times 2 is 6x. We've got 1 times 9x, which is 9x, and then 1 times 2, which is 2. Next, we write these terms out in a line. So we've got 27x squared plus 6x plus 9x plus 2. Then we collect like terms. So 27x squared is the only x squared term. 6x plus 9x is equal to 15x, and then plus 2 on the end. So our final answer is 27x squared plus 15x plus 2. So this next section is for higher tier students only, and it's on expanding triple brackets. So this first question in expanding triple brackets says expand and simplify the following. We've got x plus 6 multiplied by 2x plus 1 multiplied by x plus 1. So when expanding triple brackets, we need to expand the first two brackets via the grid method and then do the grid method again to multiply that answer by the final bracket. So let's do the grid method for the first two brackets. So we're going to draw the first grid, the same as the previous examples, with 3 rows and 3 columns. So x plus 6 and then 2x plus 1. So 2x times x is 2x squared, 2x times 6 is 12x, 1 times x is x, and then 1 times 6 is 6. So we're going to write these terms out in a line. 2x squared plus 12x plus x plus 6, and then we're going to collect like terms. So 2x squared, and then we've got 12x plus x, which is 13x plus 6, and then we're going to multiply this by x plus 1, which is the final bracket. So this time we're going to draw a new grid where we're going to have 4 columns and 3 rows. So along the top we've got 2x squared plus 13x plus 6, and then down the side we've got x plus 1. So x times 2x squared is 2x cubed, x times 13x is 13x squared, x times 6 is 6x, and then anything times 1 is just itself, so all of these terms along the top will be all along the bottom. So 2x squared plus 13x plus 6. And then we write these terms out in a line, so we've got 2x cubed plus 13x squared plus 2x squared plus 13x plus 6x plus 6. So next we're going to collect like terms. 2x cubed is the only x cubed term. 13x squared plus 2x squared gives me 15x squared. And then 13x plus 6x is 19x plus 6. So this is our final answer. If you'd like to pause the video and have a go at this final question, and then we'll come back and see if we get the same answer. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is multiply the first two brackets together using the normal 3x3 grid. So you've got x plus 8 from the first bracket, and then 2x plus 2 for the second bracket. So 2x times x is 2x squared, 2x times 8 is 16x, 2 times x is 2x, and then 2 times 8 is 16. So we're going to write these terms out in a line. 2x squared plus 16x plus 2x plus 16, and then collecting like terms we get 2x squared, 16x plus 2x is 18x, and then plus 16. And we're going to multiply this by 7x plus 1. So the next step is to draw a grid with 4 columns and 3 rows. So we've got 4 columns and then 3 rows. So 2x squared, 18x, and then plus 16, and then 7x plus 1. So 7x times 2x squared is 14x cubed. 7x multiplied by 18x is equal to 126x squared. 7x times 16 is equal to 112x, and then anything times 1 is just itself, so this top line will be the same along the bottom. So 2x squared, 18x, and then 16. Next we're going to write these terms out in a line. So 14x cubed plus 126x squared plus 2x squared plus 112x plus 18x plus 16. So collecting like terms we get 14x cubed, 126x squared plus 2x squared is 128x squared, then 112x plus 18x, this is equal to 130x plus 16. And this is our final answer. So this concludes expanding single brackets, expanding double brackets, and expanding triple brackets.